to another episode of Entrepreneurs in Fuego. We're documenting the journey of amazing entrepreneurs, one digital footprint at a time. With me, I have Shannon Wilson, a dancer's coach.
A dance studio owner's coach.
A dance studio owner's coach.
Yes.
Explain that.
Sure. Well, my background comes from several years of being a dance studio owner. My mother was also a dance studio owner. And then I sold my business to be with my kids and help my son reach for his goal of being a professional golfer. So that's why we moved here to Arizona.
Wow.
Yes. So I spent some time just being a mom and knew that I needed more. I loved being a business owner. Dance was a huge part of my life. And when I sold my studio, I worked and mentored the young girl who bought my studio. And that's kind of where this business stemmed from. The assistance that I gave her in the knowledge of running the business side of it. Like, she's a great dancer, but she didn't know anything about the business side. And I think so much of that happens in the dance world. We have these artists who are opening businesses because that's their passion, it's what they love to do. But they don't understand the business side, and so many of them are failing, and they're not getting to do what they love to do.
Which is the creative part, and indeed that happens all the time. I mean, we've interviewed several chefs, we've interviewed artists, and also people such as yourself who actually coach them into doing their business, into starting their business, so that it frees up, if you will, the creative side of it.
Yes, very much so.
But let me ask you a question. I mean, how many dance studios are there opening to satisfy your business?
Currently in the United States, there's almost 10,000 dance studios across the United States, and the growth rate is about 1% per year right now.
And so that's essentially your market. Your market is not just here in Phoenix, but actually nationwide.
Correct. Yes.
And so you got into this. How did you find out that you had this talent for dance? And that it always, you know, it's the question that really follows me wherever I go. How do you know that you have a talent for something? How did you find out that you were a great dancer?
I think just many years of dance and the feedback that you get from people.
Was it passion, or was it something that somebody inculcated on you? Your parents were like, you have to do this, you have to take piano lessons, you have to take dance lessons.
I think it started out as, my mom owned a dance studio, so I was born into it. I really didn't know anything different. So I grew up.
It's just a natural thing
I
for
grew
you.
up dancing, and then I did develop a passion because I wanted to take it further. I wanted to do more with it. I danced in college. I had the opportunity to dance at the opening ceremonies of the 92 Summer Olympics in Barcelona. So just great opportunities that really allowed me to be creative and to live that passion.
All right, so the question is, you have this creative side, but you also have this business side.
Correct.
Which not many of these 10,000 dance studio people out there have. How do you manage that? How do you reconcile both sides of the brain?
Well, I like to use a lot of creativity in my business because I think business can get dry and boring. And so
it's never one boring day. Trust me, believe me.
Well, when you get focused on the numbers or the marketing, it kind of drains your creativity a little bit. So for me, I never wanted to step out of the teaching role. So while I was running my business, I made sure that I kept teaching at least 2 or 3 hours a week. It wasn't a lot, but it gave me time with the kids, and it allowed me to be creative.
It's fascinating. Yeah. To me, it's fascinating. I mean, sure. I'm listening to this thing, and to be able to separate that, and to create a business out of that, I think it's fascinating. I mean, I interview a lot of people, but nobody really that comes into a niche such as the one that you have.
Sure. And I really feel lucky that I have such a niche and such a passion for, my passion comes from dance and it comes from children. So a lot of what I do is to ensure that children still get to have the opportunity to take dance classes, because when we have teachers out there and studio owners out there who don't know how to run their business, they're closing their doors. And then there's a lot of children that are missing out on that opportunity.
That is an interesting point. So you're providing really a service to the community at large.
Correct.
And I'm a sucker for the arts, as you can probably see, but
Yes.
a little bit of paintings that we have around here. And I'm not so much of a dancer myself. A salsa, do you?
A little. I'm more contemporary.
You're a dance coach. You gotta say yes. Of course I do.
I'm more contemporary dance.
What's contemporary dance? What is that?
So it's your ballet, jazz, tap, hip hop, not the ballroom section.
All right.
Yep.
Do you dance, Taylor? No. You're gonna get married. You better learn some moves because before it's too late. All right. So, what kind of background or education did you have to have before you got to where you are right now?
So I grew up watching my mom run her studio,
Right.
and as I got older, helped her run her studio. I also have a business degree with an emphasis in finance, which doesn't really help me a lot, but I also have a small business management degree with my business degree from the University of Colorado. And I can't say that it really helped me all that much. As far as running my business, it gave me very, very basics, but getting in and being hands-on and making mistakes and learning from those mistakes and finding great mentors and people that I looked up to help me gain the business knowledge that I gained was really where I learned.
As a business owner, what is your biggest challenge?
My biggest challenge is having the flexibility to work on the business as much as I'd like to work on the business, but also spend time with my family and be there for my kids.
You indeed. Did you see when you moved here to Phoenix, did you see, well, you moved here so that you can allow your son to become a professional golfer. Did you see that as an investment or as a sacrifice?
Definitely an investment. Going back to passion, he loves what he does. I mean, he gets up early every day. He spends all day at the golf course. He never complains. He absolutely loves it. So as a parent, it's a wonderful thing to get to watch when your kid loves doing something.
That's cool. So you're trying to strike that balance between family time and the business aspect of it.
Correct.
Let's just take the business aspect for a second. Mm-hmm. And you are coaching other people to, run their businesses effectively and with efficacy. I wanted to use that word. Thinking about it, where am I going to use it? I just blurted it out.
It worked good.
I think. We'll see when we play this back. But at any rate, so as a business person, right? A lot of the interviews that we have, a lot of the entrepreneurs that we have, some of their challenges is I want to clone myself, or it's marketing. What is for you some of the biggest challenges as a business owner, aside from providing the balance with the family?
I would say probably keeping up with all of the new marketing, the social media, and all the different avenues that are now available to you to market. It's just really a challenge to know what's right anymore. Facebook changes things, it seems like almost on
Daily.
a weekly basis.
Exactly.
And technology isn't necessarily my strong point, so to be able to find the right person to help me navigate all of those different mediums, I would say is a big challenge as well.
Because there's so many things out there, right? So many different avenues that you could use to advertise your business and to let people know, to let the world know, oh, here I am, but what is the right combination? How much budget do you spend on it? Do you spend any money on it? I mean, some of the stuff is free, right?
Right.
I will tell you a secret, though. I got a secret for you.
Okay.
I know a very good videographer who can help you.
That would be awesome.
Taylor is the best, by the way. Actually, and in all seriousness, video has become kind of the number one thing and the most powerful tool. Because as we were speaking right here, right? I mean, this interview right here you will take it to your social media. I mean, we'll blow it up ourselves. We'll send it to our own syndication and stuff, and it goes to hundreds of thousands of people. That they may never know anything about you or me or anything like that, but it gives you the exposure.
Sure.
And then the more eyes we have on our business, I think, is the better. And
Yes.
so that's what. True. But it's a constant fight, isn't it?
Always. And I find it challenging to market myself, which is different than I ever did when I was just marketing a service in a dance studio.
Explain that.
So people are now buying me. They're not necessarily buying the lessons that we give or that my other teachers were giving or the opportunity for their children. They're actually buying me and what I can do for them. So deciding on the best way to market yourself has been tricky.
Where are you going to be in 2 years?
In 2 years, I will have a full set of clients. I would take on 10 clients every year. That's the most that I will take on because I believe in personalized attention and being able to focus on their needs to help them grow. I will be able to still spend time with my kids and my family and enjoy that and get all of the work done that I need to get done while they're at school.
You know what's going to happen is that we're going to bring you back here, and we're going to have one of them VH1 "Where Are They Now" kind of thing, and we're going to have like a 60 minutes episode where I'm like, "This is what you said 2 years ago. Where are you now?"
Sure, I accept that challenge.
I have no man. That's what I'm talking about, baby. I have no doubt you're going to achieve that, and then some more.
Great,
A
thank
wonderful
you.
thing, and we're all about art. We're all about the creatives.
Yes,
I get the
and the kids for me.
And the kids for you, exactly. And
Yes.
just striking that magical balance between business and family.
Business and family, and giving children the opportunity to experience the arts.
If you were a tree, what tree? Forget it. With that, we're out.